Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about the 3 reasons and the only 3 reasons why a property fails to sell. And in this shifting market, that's a real issue. Previously, we were able to price property at whatever we wanted, and we would end up getting multiple offers with 5 or 6 that are typically above what we were asking for. But in today's time, you can't just do that. You have to actually, know how to have strong conversations with buyers and sellers and agents and vendors, such as attorneys and appraisers and inspectors. So the very first reason that a property doesn't sell is because marketing. The second reason is because condition. And the last reason why a property fails to sell is because of price. Okay, now there are a lot of different things that we cannot control, right? We can't control what the buyers are thinking. We can't control the specific location of a property. We can't pick it up and move it, right? We can't control interest rates. There are some things that there are nothing that we can do about it. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about the very first thing, and that is marketing. Now, how do you know if your property is being marketed properly? Well, this is something that you should be getting from your real estate agent. And I know that's a big issue in our industry, is that communication is very weak. But one of the things that I do for my clients is that we have a conversation on a weekly basis where I break down the activity and we talk about some of the feedback given by the other buyers. So by having a conversation with your seller weekly, or with you as a seller on a weekly basis, we're able to talk about how many showings we had, how many people viewed the property online, how many people viewed the property within the MLS. We can take a look at the views on Zillow, so we can really break down and see how much activity we have been getting. Okay, so that's the very first way to ensure that marketing was done properly, or that marketing is being done properly, is to have that communication with your agent and to establish what is going on a weekly basis. So the second reason why a property fails to sell is because of condition. Okay, now oftentimes property, whether it be a minor repair or whether it be a major repair, that is something that we can control, right? So if a property is not selling, we can either do something to bring it up to the standard so that way buyers find value, right? We could, paint it, or we could replace the floors, or do, any other sort of renovation that we need to do to alter or adjust the condition so that way buyers get excited. And the last thing that causes a property to sell is price. Now, whenever something is priced too much, there's no amount of marketing to be done that will get the property to sell, right? It doesn't matter the condition. So for example, if you have a property that's worth $500,000 and it's in top condition, completely flawless, obviously, you can't do anything to the condition to make it better in order to get a higher price. And, if the property worth $500,000 is listed, let's say, for example, $650,000, there's really not much marketing that can be done in order to, get it sold at that price, right? So again, this goes back to the communication with your real estate agent on a weekly basis. So that way, where you stand in all of this. So that way you understand the buyer's perspective ultimately, so that way you can get the highest price possible for your property. So again, the 3 things to look out for when marketing your home is the actual marketing itself, the condition of the property, and last but not least, most importantly, is the price. So if you guys have questions on the real estate market or have been considering taking advantage of it, whether buying or selling, let's have a conversation and see if we're a good fit. If not, that's okay. If so, I'd love the opportunity to try and earn your business. Hey everybody, it's Joel with Real Broker. Until next.